found a slave for me eternally. The river drops the dark gates, the same comes home. The demons feed the furnace well, the devils feed the Rome. The only truth of the night, there's several ways to go. Each leads to the burning hole that loses my control. Reason many things to think of God. Satan is the afterlife, not fall. Stop the screaming souls, cry out to you. Take time and offer nails, your life is through. Break your moon with a trial. Death to show them about. For what you seek for can't be found. This evil sky all underground. Now having deep inside my everlasting grasp, the steps to the gates of hell is what you're gonna live without. Warriors from hell's way will bring you to your death. The flames of Hades burn soft, your soul should never rest. The gates of hell are waiting as you see. There's no part of me, just follow me. I can take a lost soul from the grave. Jesus on his soul cannot be saved. Sacrifice the lives of all I know this truth is I. The soul damned to rot in hell is dignified, going deep inside. Polaris!
Like, because I know
Like,
you
go-
don't. Yeah, go. Sorry.
Sorry. My apologies. I was just saying, like, going into it, what were you expecting?
Alright,
Yeah.
so before I start, I just want to say that I just hit the record button. I forgot to hit record, so we're about to 10 minutes of footage. So I don't know if we can recover that, but anyways, I'm just gonna go with it. Um,
What do you mean?
so I just hit the record button. Okay, anyways.
So do
Uh,
we redo the intro then?
Yeah, we should.
All right. Please.
Yeah,
Do
we
we have to
should.
play Hell Awaits again?
No. I'll add it in post, so it's fine.
Oh my god.
So I'll add it in.
Oh my. Well, okay, so that's 10 minutes of our lives we can never get back.
Yeah.
You want me to do the intro?
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
Okay, let me collect my thoughts.
Alright.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. I'm Justin. Introduce yourself.
I'm John.
And I'm Diego.
And this is our second installment of the Polaris X Podcast. Today, we got a special episode. We're introducing a new segment called The Hammer, where we'll be Did you like the hammer sound I made?
What the hell? I was not expecting that. Okay.
I'm calling it the hammer. It sounds cool. We'll be reviewing a rock or metal album, whether ranging in different quality. and we'll be giving our thoughts and in-depth analysis. And yeah, man, it's gonna be a fun time. Today, someone want to introduce what we're gonna review as our first ever album review?
All right. Check this out. This week we got the second studio album by American thrash metal band Slayer, released on Metal Blade Records in 1985.
Hell awaits.
Hell awaits. This album is fucking Satan a la max.
And if you're an '80s Christian mom, you might wet your pants, man, because you're definitely not gonna like the satanic imagery and lyricism.
If
You
you
might
want,
want to toss this one in the trash if you're a church mom, of course.
If you wanna go to hell,
trash
this is the
trash, I'm a
gateway.
fucking raccoon.
well, okay, go. You speak, then I speak. Go.
Okay, all I want to say is if thrash is trash, consider me a raccoon because I love it.
Oh my god.
I can't top that. I was gonna say if you want to go to hell, this is the gateway to it, because this album is fucking reverb o max.
Oh yeah. Hey, but before we start, I just wanted to give a shout out to John because 100 subscribers on Zorgon Records YouTube channel, dude.
Yo. Thank
Congrats.
you, everyone.
Big
Thank
milestone.
you to all the fans. All the fans.
Big achievement.
Do you have it? Do you have anything planned for like 100 subscriber special?
Exactly. Yeah, I want to do a video where I get all of, just like whoever wants to do it. I need everybody to film yourself, say some dumb shit, and I'll make a compilation. Even though no one's listening, I mean, I'm gonna ask them. I'm just gonna ask whoever on Facebook or something if they want to do like a little thing about the thing, the YouTube channel.
I'd be down to help you record something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just shoot a nice little 30 seconds of you saying some dumb shit. Be like, yo, congrats on 100 subs, and then he's gonna edit in some sick music, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a
Even
fun
sicker
time.
memes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Butt chugging.
That
Butt chugging means.
seems to be your word of the night tonight, the butt chugging.
The word of the night is butt chugging and Satan.
Which is a good transition to our album of the night. Hello, wait.
All right, let's get into the nice meat and potatoes of this podcast. Let's dive in to Hell Awaits.
Introducing the hammer. Ping.
We're going to hell, bitches.
So, within like the 10 minutes that we fucking lost, Diego, you said like this. So this is your first Slayer album.
Yeah.
And the first album you really listened to in full.
Yeah, so usually I'm the type of person that's like, all right, let's go on Spotify, shuffle, and whatever comes on, and then I close the app, and then I reopen it every time an ad comes on, because that's a nice little hack if you didn't know that. And yeah, so this is the first time that we're like, okay, I'm gonna restart. So so before going on this podcast, we're like, okay, we gotta review some albums, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna actually have to listen to albums now. So now we're doing Hell Awaits, and this is the first time I listen to it. And I'm not a really big Slayer listener. Like the only two Slayer songs I know are Raining Blood and South of Heaven and like Seasons of the Abyss, and like that's pretty much it. And yeah, so this was a very cool experience for me, listening to this album.
When you, because I've seen Slayer live twice. I know you saw Slayer like the very last time they ever played in Montreal. Did that make you ever like want to dive into their discography?
So it's a good thing that you mentioned that, because
Wait, you guys were all at that show. I know you were, Justin, but
Yeah, Heavy
you were
MTL.
at that show too.
yeah, I went with my ex to the show. We got like
That was like with Anthrax and
yeah.
two other bands. I don't remember. And Testament.
No, Testament wasn't there, but there was Slash, there was Fu Manchu, there was another.
I wasn't there, sorry.
Oh no, I'm sorry. There was also another really great thrash band that y'all should check out called Demolition Hammer from New York.
The Hammer.
Okay. Yeah.
The Hammer, bing!
The hammer. This is the new segment. The ball smash hammer face.
Oh, we need a
Oh,
hammer
fuck.
sound effect. Fuck.
But
I
they
didn't.
also play here at Centre Bell or whatever, like 2 years ago. And
Place Bell.
yeah.
Who? It was Testament, then it was Behemoth, then it was Anthrax, Lamb of God, and Slayer. And
Holy shit.
that was like one of my favorite concerts ever. I went with my aunt
That's a
Tisha. That
crazy
was
bill.
perfect.
That's a crazy fucking bill, man. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
it was. My first time ever mosh pitting was during Anthrax too, and Lamb of God.
Yeah.
And when last time I ever saw Slayer, not only did I mosh because it's Slayer, you gotta mosh. It was also first time I ever body surfed. I think I body surfed for like a kilometer. Like,
That's awesome. That's awesome.
dude, with fire and everything, it was amazing. So Slayer means like a whole lot.
Yeah, it was a
Gene
really.
Hogan-
What?
Sorry. So there's a guy that plays the drums and he's a legend, Gene Hoglan, and I think he filled in for Anthrax, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure if you guys know about that.
Nope.
Oh, well,
Who? Wait, like during the shows?
yeah. Like he played drums for Anthrax. I'm pretty sure.
No, at the shows Charlie was playing. Well, what's it? What the fuck is
No,
the
it wasn't
drummer's
Charlie.
name? His name's Charlie, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't him. It was Gene Hoglan.
I don't remember that. When I saw them, I know Charlie was there for sure.
Oh fuck, really?
Yeah, the whole Anthrax lineup was there, man.
Oh fuck. Okay. I'm pretty sure Gene Hoglan was on the drums for one of the bands because like yeah, he f- he filled in. I'm pretty sure it's either that or I'm thinking about another show I saw, but regardless.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I will say though, and this is gonna help us segue into our album review, is that the one thing I was really disappointed with the concert is that the only song they ever played off Hello Waits was the title track. Because there's some fucking bangers
Wait,
on here that they could have played.
uh, which one? Sorry.
They only live. They only ever play Hello Waits. Like
Oh
straight up.
yeah. I this album is filled with fucking like amazing songs, and they play more songs from the first album live now than they do with this album with Hello
It's kind
Waits.
of like the forgotten. It's like the stepchild of discography.
But it's a fucking masterpiece. I mean, yeah,
It's it's one of those albums before even death metal was a thing. This is like proto death metal, and
exactly.
from
That's a good point because I've always considered this as like the first death metal album.
their first album, Show No Mercy, I always consider that like it kind of just their first album, as good as it is, it felt more like Iron Maiden but faster, like new wave of heavy British
Exactly.
heavy metal but faster. This
Yeah.
this is a different beast. No
This
pun intended. This is
no one was doing this. Like what they did on this, like no one was going this fast. And singing about all this shit. Like they pushed it. You know what I'm saying?
Reading some of the lyrics, I mean, they went hardcore on the Satanism part.
Like I said, if you like Satan, violence, and piss and guts, you're gonna like this one.
Yeah, man. Was it so? I don't know if I already asked Diego this, but like, or maybe this was lost in the 10 minutes. What were you first expecting when you played the CD? Like, what sounds and everything were you expecting?
I was expecting exactly what I heard because when I saw them live,
Mhm.
when we went together when we saw them live at the concert, like it was just a wall of noise, right? And I'm just like, oh, this song is cool. This song is cool. This song is cool. Oh shit, raining blood, and then it was over. It was over.
Yeah.
Right? Like that.
Yeah.
That's how I experienced it. But now, listening to this album, and I'm going, okay, but did they play this live? I don't remember. Probably, but
Yeah.
I don't remember. So that's the only shit about like seeing somebody live, and then you don't know any of their songs. Then you go back and you go, oh shit! I knew what I know now, what I knew then,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
like
I know what you mean.
because you don't appreciate it as much, right? So
Yeah.
that's what that is. But so for this album, when I was listening to it for the first time, right? So the riffs, they were kind of like, okay, this is Slayer. You know, you got the basic bass snare kick pattern. You know, boonga 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 booga. You know, the
Oh yeah.
fast the fast booga patterns going. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah, pretty generic. You know, at the start, and then once you get to the middle of the songs, you're like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. And what makes it
yeah.
cool is the transitions, I find. Like each song
Oh
has
yeah.
its own little transition that they go either fast, slow, or they do little like cymbal chokes. You know, they like do like this staccato thing where like they stop and then go,
Yeah.
and then it's like super fast, and then it's like okay, kind of like you can bang your head to it a bit more. And that's what I feel like what makes this album a great album, because like you go into it, you're like, okay, yeah, this is Slayer, and then you go, oh shit, now that's fucking cool.
Yeah, but
One thing I will say about the riffs is that it's actually quite a few songs. Like "At Dawn They Sleep," for the most part, it's kind of like a mid-paced, like a mid like a mid-paced tempo, and even "Crypts of Eternity." That one is also
yeah.
for the
I
most part.
think that should have been the very last song.
I was gonna say that. That should have been, because to me, "Crypts of Eternity." That sounds like whenever I listen to an album, I want it to be like a nice, like that's the finishing bow on an album, and that,
Yeah.
or like at least grand. It has to be atmospheric, and to me, that song "Crypt of Eternity" sounds like Satan's army marching up to destroy heaven, and that should
Yeah.
have been the last song.
Yeah, yeah, it's because you listen to that, and then there's a song after, and it's just like really fast and in your face, and it's like it's a good song, but it kind of like it ruins the whole vibe. If they just moved the last song with the second last song, I feel like it would have just had an just that would have been it, you know?
Yeah,
Dude, on it.
cause the album
Sorry.
it fades out, right? Like at the end. Cause when I
Oh
was
yeah,
listening
yeah, yeah.
to the last song, I was like, oh,
That's
okay, and
true.
then it fades out.
It
I was like, okay, that's like kind of
yeah,
like
it's
a cheap
like
way to get out of it.
yeah. Well, it fades out with the intro of the very first song.
Right, right. When
Hey,
they
yeah, that's why I knew it sounded like "Hello Waits." That's why.
yeah, when they're
Arguably.
chanting "Join us," right? When it's like
Yeah.
backwards. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Satan and join us.
yeah.
Like, okay, guys, chill. Like, what the
I mean,
fuck?
back in the like looking back on it now, it's probably like fucking corny, but like back in the '80s, this probably got like a lot of like white suburban moms like
Oh,
terrified.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
But that's one thing I will say. The ending of Crypts of Eternity, it's that crazy Lombardo drum solo, and then
Exactly.
boom in.
Sorry, but that fill he does in that song
Hmm.
on Angel of Death too, like he does kind of the same thing.
Does, and to me that would have been the perfect ending. And I'm gonna be like, I'm just gonna get this out of the way. My least favorite song was probably the last one, "Hardening of the Arteries."
Yeah, I agree.
Like I thought it was, like at most it was okay, it was cool, but I like the riff. I like the riff. It was cool, but the solo, it wasn't anything that
Yeah.
impressive.
It,
Which is a
feel,
shame because, oh sorry.
no, no. Well, I just want to say, yeah, like, I'm with you on that too because I feel like it fits with the album, but at the same time, if you focus in on what the riffs are doing and what the leads are doing and stuff, it kind of feels like they needed a song to kind of like add more to it, and then they were just like, I let's throw this shit on there, and then they just went with it. Like
That
that's what
should
it
have been
feels
like a
like.
bonus track.
Yeah, on yeah on autopilot or something like it's kind of
And
like
that's,
here's
oh, sorry.
here's the song. No, go. Sorry.
Well, one thing I was gonna say, because like I said, like that solo was like the least impressive one, because on this album these solos are fucking some of Slayer's most chaotic and animalistic, man.
They're all chaotic. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
other than the last one, they are fucking amazing. My favorite one was also the second solo from Praise of Death, the fourth song. That one,
I will
like,
tell you who played that solo. Second solo on Praise of Death was by
I
Jeff.
dude, I knew it was Jeff. Jeff has the best solos.
You could tell, eh? Yeah. Like,
Yeah, you can so tell. Carrie just relies way too much on the whammy.
yeah. He kind of goes all over the place, but it fits. But yeah, I
Diego,
mean,
what
yeah.
what did you guys find about? Because I think this is I'm gonna start with like one of its biggest problems, the production.
Yo, Justin, you
Sorry,
keep cutting in and out, but I
Oh,
think it's I don't
but
know what it
we're
is.
talking about
what do
an
you mean it's
issue that
cutting
like
in and out?
Like you're talking, and then like it dips. Like I didn't hear the last word of your sentence. Like you're like, oh the, and then you
Okay,
come
here.
back, and then it's like nothing happened.
All right, here. I was gonna I because I asked you because I want to start with one of the album's biggest problems because
yeah.
it's really apparent. What did you find like? What did you got? What's your opinion on the production of
The
and the whole
production.
mixing of the
Okay.
album?
I have a lot of thoughts on that.
Yeah, go ahead. Go
Same.
ahead.
um when I first got into the album, I was in high school still in sec 2 or sec 3, and I didn't mind it because I didn't know what was good or bad, you know what I'm saying? Going back on it now, I listened all week and the drums are too fucking loud. They're not bad, but it's just they're very loud and it drowns
Mm.
everything out. On top of that, I feel like um a lot of like there's just a lot of like weird sound effects too that I feel they could have just removed it and it and also what's with the fucking reverb? I guess it was the mid 80s or something and everybody was doing that, but it's like all reverb. Like just everything.
I remember Diego. You said at the beginning, reverb the album. Like,
Yeah, the album is just full of reverb, man. It's fucking wild. Like the amount of reverb. Like it sounds it has like a nice charm to it because it gives it like this nightmarish atmosphere, but it's it was a bit too much, I find, for my
Yeah,
taste.
I
yeah.
have quite a bit to say about the production. I mean, I listened to the album like 2 days, and I'd repeat listening to songs just because I'd find little things I just wasn't a fan of. Do you have anything else like you want to say about production, Diego? 'Cause I'm about to fucking put
No,
this
I
album in you
just
asshole. I'm not kidding.
Wait, wait. One last thing.
go.
Yeah.
Louder guitars because sometimes you can't exactly hear what's going on, especially when they're going really fast and it sounds like I don't know, a bomb
Bro,
going off. You it's
bro, I
like
was
you
just gonna
need to
say
hear
that. That
what's
was the
going
worst
on.
part.
But in Rain and Blood, it makes up for it because that production is top notch.
Oh yeah.
Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, like for Hell Awaits, I mean, what the fuck were they thinking?
Well, what other opinions do you have on the mix, Diego?
I feel like the some songs the bass can get drowned out, but then other parts of songs you hear the bass like really well, and you go, oh shit, that's like a really cool
Yeah.
fill that he just did on his bass. But like it's certain songs are okay and certain parts are good, but other parts is just like what the fuck, man. Like you can barely hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
Uh,
Justin, go pop off, man. Let's
oh,
open the
bro.
floodgates.
Rip.
Okay, dear guys from Slayer, I love you guys, but yeah, I'm gonna take in consideration that this wasn't their like breakout fucking album, the one that put them on the map. That was obviously their next album, Rain and Blood. So they probably had to scrap up some money for recording time. So they obviously didn't get like the perfect sound, but there's quite a bit that could have been improved. I have like it says the version I have is the digitally remastered version, but I mean it
Oh,
sounds like I'm still listening to it on a cassette.
yeah. Yeah.
One biggest problem, like what John said, those guitars, they're so paper thin. There's time, and it's a shame because some of the riffs they're playing are fucking gnarly. But and like another thing that John said, they made that it's really on Rain and Blood. I'm probably gonna compare that. I'm not gonna try comparing it, but there's gonna be comparisons made because of how much of an improvement Rain and Blood was.
Oh yeah.
It feels like the guitars, as cool as these riffs are, they don't have any weight to them. Like they're heavy riffs, but there's no the because of how they sound so thin. It's just it doesn't pack the punch that they were originally intending.
Yeah. I feel like the production on the first album is a lot better than on this one.
Dude, yeah. Other than like one song I can think of off of Show No Mercy, it was like almost leagues and miles ahead of Hell Away. So I don't know what happened. It was like a
Yeah.
de-evolution there.
Yeah. And it's
Mm.
kind of sad because as a band, they did evolve a lot. Like every song on here is fucking like 5 minutes or whatever. Um,
The
and it's
longest one, which is Crypts of Eternity, like 6 minutes almost, 6 minutes and 30 seconds about.
kind of sad that like as fans, I guess, like you'll never be able, like, if only this album had the same production as Rain and Blood.
So honestly, it would have been better than Rain and Blood. Honestly,
Oh, maybe, yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. And I kind of like how on the next album, on Rain and Blood, they kind of intentionally were like, they made the songs very short and they're like jam packed with things, which is kind of the opposite of this one, where every song is very long and there's like 3 solos a song or like 4 solos a song, you know?
That's one
So,
thing I liked about the solos is that they were like sometimes like a minute plus, which I enjoyed.
yeah. Oh,
Another thing. Oh,
no,
sorry.
go. Sorry. No, go.
Another thing for the production. Some of the effects where I'm a little iffy with. A lot of the guitar, like the instrumental effects, like the guitar intro on Crypts to Eternity was I
Yeah.
love that. I love that phaser sounding
Exactly.
effect,
Yeah.
but a lot of the vocal effects, yeesh. My favorite one
Yeah.
was obviously when the, this like huge demonic hello waits shouts that it gives on
Yeah.
the title track.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, man. Like at was it at the beginning or at like the end? Anyways, somewhere he's like, "Hello, wait." I was like, "Yo, that's cool." Like when I heard that for the first time, I had to rewind it because I'm like, I need to hear that again because it was very cool, man.
oh,
Like
same
listening to
man.
that,
That
like
was legit. That was one of the highlights.
yeah, like
Yeah.
that's like one of the out of all the tracks on this album, that's in my top three for sure. Like it's
Same.
Hello Waits, and then what's the other one? I like wrote it down because I forgot what they're called. Necrophiliac and Dawn They Sleep. Oh, were
At
also
dawn
really
they sleep.
good
Yeah.
that I like.
That
Cause
actually brings me.
in Necrophiliac, he's like death to the fiery pits of hell. I'm like
Oh yeah.
I can love that part. Like that was really
No,
cool.
no, no. It's dude. The best part is that the last time he says it.
Yeah.
See, I had to rewind that like a few times, and I was like, ugh. Like I was like, I don't know how to feel about that, but I was more on the negative side of the. I felt like it was. I maybe if he just like screamed it instead of, oh, it sounded more like a foghorn, if anything.
Yeah.
And
Foghorn.
and it's good you mentioned at dawn they sleep, Diego, because that part where it breaks down and you feel the riff and he's talking, some of those, and he's like, kind of like he's singing, but it sounds like these demonic chants. The vocal effects they put on, I find like sometimes it clips with the vocals, and I hated that because that's like
Mm,
that's my favorite song from there, and I hate that it happened.
yeah, I feel
Mm.
like when I heard it for the first time at Dawn They Sleep, I was like, okay, what's the deal with this song? Why does everybody like it so much? So, and like
Vampire.
in the first 2 minutes, I was like, okay, this sounds like all their other songs. And then it
Whoa.
and wait, let me finish. And then it got to the slower like middle section, and then I go, and then my head just kind of went back, and I was like, oh, okay, this is where we're going. And then it ended off like in that fast structure. So it was kind of like the fast, slow, fast structure. And it made me think of like, okay, this is kind of like Master of Puppets, like the structure, because you got the fast part in the
Yeah.
beginning, then you got the little slow melodic like breakdown thing, and then you end it with fast again. And I feel like, okay, that's like a good comparison with that. Like that's what my brain thought of when at the end of the song when I was listening to it. So, but overall, I found the best instrument on that song was the bass, and it was
It's
really good.
very loud on that song for some reason.
That's one thing I wanted to mention. Like probably my last point for the production. Um, Legit, this is the album where you can best hear the bass. I find that's the one downside about Red and Blood and all their other albums. Well, all their other good albums. I'm not counting those shitty new metal albums that they did. Uh,
Fuck that.
Legit, but on Rain and Blood and all the other ones, I feel like you can't hear the bass as good. Like
Yeah,
like
yeah,
when I heard Angel of Death live for the first time, I was like, oh, there's the bass. You know,
yeah.
oh, Peekaboo, you came back.
Yeah, Tom's playing got drowned out in the recording, but then he shines it back when he's playing live.
I know. Well, I like how you texted me last night, Diego. Like they pulled, or we called, and you said they pulled a Jason Newsted off him.
Yeah, they really did.
Except they actually liked Tom, and Metallica hated Newsted.
Yeah. Yeah, they just put the volume to 0 when he went to go record.
All right, guys, play at full speed. Tom, yeah, your bass is somewhere. One one thing that I do like about this album a lot is the riff playing. There is quite a few times on this album where they do play slower, and
Yeah.
like we were talking about before, John, like there's quite a few like death metal bands where they do play slower. Like some of the slower parts kind of remind me of how Autopsy might play a little bit slower. Like you can see like the influence ooze out from death metal bands with
Oh
this
yeah.
album.
I feel like when I hear this, it's just like all the death metal bands that came out 5 years after just fucking ripped off this album. Like
Oh, for sure.
like all the riffs sound like something you would hear off of this record. I mean,
Legit,
um,
every
yeah,
death metal band, they always say, Slayer is a huge influence, and this
yeah.
album is like the beat. One thing I will say though that I mean, I guess here's some positives. What I like about the vocals, you can tell
Oh,
like
big vocals.
it's not. I feel like it's not at its full potential, but you can
Oh
hear
yeah,
the hunger in his voice. You can hear
yeah,
he sounds
yeah,
more like when he's screaming, that's one thing, but when he's doing the normal growly vocals,
yeah,
it doesn't sound like a feral wolf. It feels more like a dog growling. But like I said, you feel that hunger. You feel like he's
yeah,
like on the next album he explodes, and I feel like that's like the build up to it.
yeah.
That,
One part
sorry, you go.
I just want to say, like, I'm not sure if people like this or not, but when he sings, like sometimes when he sings or he screams, he it's like so fast that you can't really understand what he's saying, but I love it.
Same, same.
Because like when he sings, he's not going like right. It's like you actually hear a voice in there, but it's so fast. Uh, it kind of sounds like I don't know, um, like it's
Well,
like a
well,
hardcore band or
the
something.
best like the most that I remember from that is before on Hell Awaits, before the demonic Hell Awaits, when he says, "Crucify so-called Lord
Yeah,
he
yeah,
shall soon fall to me." Like he's like, I gotta
yeah.
fucking imitate it now. Crucify the so-called Lord this shall soon to me.
You're like, whoa, dude, chill, man, chill, daddy.
What did you guys feel was the instrument that shined like the most? Like what was the performance that you felt like shined the most?
The drums.
Yeah, definitely. Like
Fucking
the drums are super consistent throughout the whole album, and then when he does his fill, it's super tight. It's super like he nails his fills every single time. Like there's no moment where you're like, "What the hell was that stupid fill?" There's no Lars Ulrich moment. It's good. It's good. It's good fills. You know, as a drummer, I can confidently say that this is a fucking good album with some good drums. Yeah. There's another Diego
Good
is in.
drums.
Yeah. Last episode it was Squeen. Today it's drums.
Squeeze.
uh, but there was some good tom grooves as well. There was one on the last song, the Arteries song, at
yeah.
like right towards the end. I was like, oh wow, something different. That's not the classic boom chuk boom chuk boom chuk. You know, there's some like good double bass, good tom grooves, and even at the beginning of Hello Waits, like you hear it a bit with the double bass, and there's a bit of a tom action that's going on. Uh, but I
Yeah.
feel like it's very consistent, very like top notch drumming. I don't know who what his name is, but good job.
What was it? Dave Lombardo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say the drums. I got like no problem with them. They're super consistent. I remember on before like the really fast thrashy part of the second song, "Kill Again," when he's doing
Dude.
those drum rolls,
Yeah.
it sounds like shotguns going off.
Yeah. I think that might be my favorite song on this album. I think it might be, especially when that like first, not the first riff, but like after the intro, and then there's that riff.
And then, yo, and the solos on that rip.
I know, dude. My favorite line in the whole album. I'm gonna read it.
Okay, do you have the CD in
It's so
front of
funny.
you? I have mine.
Yes, yes. Okay,
Diego, you're
it's
the only one missing.
it's like
Yeah,
the
unfortunately.
opening line. It goes like,
Lurking in the dismal pond, hungry for your blood.
What I like the most about that song was
fucking
I felt
hilarious.
that I felt that song. It sounded bouncy, not like like when Sepultura did Roots, Bloody Roots, but as fast as it was with the vocal lines too and the riffs, it felt like there was like a bit of jump to them, so it made it even more exciting.
Yeah.
And that actually reminds me because we were talking about Kill Again.
Kill again.
Yeah,
No, do another till the end.
there's going back to the vocals. There's a Kill Again at Dawn They Sleep. What's the one where he goes, hell? That was Necrophiliac, right?
Yeah, that was a necrophiliac, and I want to add like for Kill Again, like at the end of the song, he does this like Angel of Death type of scream at the end,
Yo,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
and when I heard that for the first time, I was like, yo, that's Angel of Death. That's like the demo
Dude,
version.
that's what I thought.
That's like the demo
Yeah,
version for
exactly.
Angel of Death.
It's exactly that, Diego. It's a fucking a demo.
But after that, there's the two last lines he read before he says "kill again." But I have to see what is it? What is it that he says? Um, whatever it was before he screams "kill again" the one last time. He says one last line in the verse, and this is probably the biggest point I have with the vocals. My biggest gripe with them is that sometimes he does these like high pitch, shrill screams. And it
Yeah.
just doesn't, it doesn't sound good. Where he goes, and it's just it should have felt like a roar. It shouldn't have felt
Oh,
like a shrill scream. Also, at Dawn They Sleep, when he says, "Awaken, I have become," he goes, "Awaken, I have," and it was just that's the one point where I'm like, I have a tough time getting through that intro just because of that.
no, it's so awesome. I love
Also,
it.
another thing I didn't like is Crypts of Eternity.
Yeah.
He does this loud ass scream. It kind of reminds me of what's what's the singer's name from Judas Priest again? Rob Halford.
That would be yeah.
It felt like he was imitating that, which was cool, but I just felt
Exactly.
like it was kind of out of his range. So that's what
Yeah.
distracted me.
Yeah. If you listen to the first album, I mean, he tries to do that all over the place.
Oh, I know.
It's so funny actually. Like, just why? Like, please stop.
One thing I will say about like the lyrics, I mean they're fucking blasphemous. Like
They're here's the thing. They're so bad that I love them very dearly.
it reeks of that '80s thrash.
Yeah. But keep in mind, it's
That
like at
cheese.
the time, no one was doing this stuff. So everybody was shitting their pants, I'm sure.
I felt like this was more effective than like what Venom was doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
dude, this album. Yeah.
I was listening to some other album reviews, and they were saying that they took a lot of inspiration from Merciful Fate and Venom, and
Exactly.
like I don't know who Venom is. I just know Merciful Fate because they do that. They have that one song that Metallica covered on Garage Inc. and that's my only
Yeah.
knowledge of that.
Yeah.
But
You hear more of a Merciful Fate influence on the first album and on the EP they did, which is right before this album.
But you don't know who Venom is?
no, I don't know who that is. But I just know that like for this album in particular, like I think it was more of a Merciful Fate influence because I know Merciful Fate has like a lot of different riffs packed into one song, and I feel like it was kind of the same thing because it was less songs on this album because it's only 7 tracks on this album, right? But they're longer
Yeah.
songs with more riffs and more transitions, and I feel like that's like a what they influenced on
Oh yeah.
because I
Yeah.
think they were touring with them or something. I forget what he said in the
They
review.
did
Most
like
likely did at some point.
I'm not sure if they toured with Merciful Fate, but they did tour with the other band. Crap, I just forgot the name. With Venom. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Uh, I feel like this was more effective than Venom because I felt like I mean they talk about Satan a lot, but I felt like Venom kind of does it in like a cheesy. Oh, you guys, Satan. Did I mention Satan? I mean, this
Yeah.
sound the lyrics sound like on Kill Again. From what I'm reading about the lyrics right now, it sounds like a very disturbed, a mentally disturbed man going on like a killing spree.
Yeah.
And on At Dawn They Sleep, from what I'm reading, it's about vampires, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is better than Twilight. Slayer
Yeah.
did Twilight better than Twilight.
Slayer did it first.
About Twilight, it's called A Dawn They Sleep.
At Dawn They Sleep.
I mean, to transition off of that, it just goes to show how influential this album was. I feel like, cause like John, you were saying, like it's the most, cause they were like pioneers, right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
of the
Oh, yeah.
generation of the 80s, and nobody else was doing this, and I feel like a lot of people heard it and then they made their own bands. They started jamming and they're like, oh, I want to do that too, and that's some massive respect, man, for doing that and being like a
Yeah.
pioneer in that. Like you have to acknowledge that, and you have to like nod your head and be like, yeah, thank you.
Especially just with like some of the slower riffing, it sounds heavy. The slower parts sound even heavier than the thrashier parts,
Oh yeah.
thrash parts. And I felt like that's what a lot of death metal bands, obviously, like in the early '90s and late '80s, like they were fast, but they got those slower, heavy parts.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say that idea all came from this album. Because I haven't really heard a band before this that sounded like that.
This was in 1985.
Yeah.
Was what year did Seven Churches by Possessed get released?
I was just thinking of that. I think that was in '84.
Okay, because no, there's a huge debate. What was the first death metal album? And people
Yeah.
say
It's not Seven
Sev-
Churches. I just
no.
want to check what year. It's either it's '84 or it's '85. It was released in '85.
Okay, yeah, so that was way before Scream Bloody Gore by Death. I
Yeah,
feel like as heavy as Seven Churches was, I still consider a more thrash album. This I feel like was the next step to death metal was Hello Waits.
yeah, yeah. Because they went really fast when they wanted to, and then they didn't, and they incorporated a bunch of other things that all the fast bands weren't doing. Um, and I think that played a major role, like in their influence, because it's like it showed that they don't give a fuck and they're not afraid to just do what they want, and yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else. Well, what are
Do you
things I
guys
have
have
to
any?
say about the album?
I mean, I feel like we've said it like a lot. Do you want
Yeah,
to give your top three songs, and then we can do like final thoughts, and then play a song, and then move on to another topic?
yeah,
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure. I'll let you guys say your. Well, let's do our top three songs and then our least favorite song.
All right,
Okay.
John,
You guys go first.
John, you can go.
All right. Favorite. Okay. Number one is Kill Again. Number two, At Dawn They Sleep, and number three would be Hell Awaits. So the first three songs in a bit of a reverse kind of an order.
Mhm.
Yeah. The other four songs I really love, but if I had to pick three, it would be those.
And what would be your least favorite?
My least favorite would be Hardening of the Arteries, and Praise of Death, because I feel um, like on autopilot, right? It feels like they just had to write something to kind of make the album go, but yeah. So I just said two. I'm not sure if I had to say two of my least favorite.
No,
I
you
mean,
well, you
I
can
love
say
them still.
whichever one.
Okay, like I love them still, but if I had to kind of make them go against each other, it would be those two in terms of like the songs that are kind of like eh. So yeah.
Or what about you, Diego?
Uh, I feel like my top three. So I'm gonna go number three, Hell Awaits. Number two, Necrophiliac, and then number one, Adon They Sleeps. They Sleeps.
They sleep.
and
Go to bed at nighttime.
and my
Sweet
least
dreams and good night.
and my least favorite is Arteries and the Praise of Death. Yeah, it's very forgettable, that song. Like I wrote down like notes of each song, and when you said that, John, I was like, wait, where is that song again? I had to go looking for it. So for that
Yeah.
reason, I like that's why it's like the least favorite for me, because it's like autopilot, like you said.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But
All
that's it
right.
for me. Go,
Well,
Justin.
you guys. Well, these are my top three. Well, you guys basically just bashed one of my favorite songs, "Praise of Death."
That's a lot.
Bro.
Like, I remembered like that one. Oh, I'm gonna start. My top three were definitely "At Dawn They Sleep." That one was number one, easy.
Yeah.
Then it was good. Then it was gonna be Crypts of Eternity. That one was just like I said. That one just sounds like Satan's army growing and marching into battle. That one should have been the closer, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
then and track number four, Praise of Death. That's my third favorite. I love the solos. That one part where it sounds like it goes to a stop, it's just Miami going off, and then more thrash. That was the highlight. Uh, l- Least favorite, we have a common enemy. It's hardening of the arteries. Honestly,
Yeah.
um,
But fuck this song.
All right. We're
bro,
gonna.
like it just to me that's the most filler song.
It is,
Yeah.
but like when I was listening to the album all week, I didn't mind it, but it is a filler track. I mean,
Yeah. It really
There,
is. And
I
I
have
feel
to
like
re-listen to that song. Oh, sorry, you go.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to add to the Praise of Death thing. I have in my notes that I wrote that it sounds like a demo version of Raining Blood. I don't know why. I forget how that song sounds like, but that's what I wrote down. And
It's probably just because of how fast it ends up. I mean, it's basically like it should have been on like Rain and Blood. How fast they were playing on there.
yeah, I
Yeah.
guess. But and then like I know it ends like super mega fast that song. Like there's the weird feedback thing and then it just like ends afterwards. That in that song. So that's why I didn't really like it cuz of that weird noise thing that they did at the end of that song.
Damn, you butchered my boy. That's like one of my
Yeah.
favorites.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. You're gonna hate me, but I felt like necrophiliac. That one I had to revisit a few times because I kept forgetting it. I was like, oh wait, that's the one where he goes, hell. Yeah. But honestly, but after listening to it, like I obviously like necrophiliac, but just that's the one I have the most time getting.
Well,
Uh,
we can't hear you at all. Whatever you said the last 10 words,
uh,
no.
all
You're
right,
gonna
let's
have
see
to
that.
repeat.
That's the one. Like I obviously really liked necrophiliac, but it took me a few listens to actually remember it. But overall, the last song, just I can do without it. If you could remove that, I would bump the score up way more.
Oh wait, I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
When was the first time you heard this album? Like, where were you,
Yesterday.
and what made you want to get it?
Yesterday.
Yesterday
Yeah,
night
well,
at
I know
11
that, yes,
at
I was
11
saying.
o'clock.
With Justin. With Justin.
Uh, it's funny. So like the first time I heard Slayer was on like Guitar Hero, where with Chemical Warfare, and then I started like really getting into them, and I bought Rain and Blood, and I listened to the shit out of that. And in college, you showed me your jacket, and you told me that it had a big patch of Hell Awaits.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
And you
have
were
that still.
telling, you still have it?
Yeah.
Ah, um, then you told me about how you said that I remember at the time you said it was your favorite Slayer album, and you told me about Adon They Sleep, and then how it's a bit slower and it's proto death, and I said, okay, I'm gonna give this a listen, and I ended up
Oh,
buying just the CD blindly at Archambault, most likely, and
yeah. Same.
back in the day, like kind of like how you said before, you didn't, when you were younger, you obviously, you thought it sounded good, and you didn't realize all like the little flaws. Like I only did like
Exactly.
the last time, well, when I was re-listening to this for this podcast, but that was like the first time. Oh wait, Diego, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to like back up necrophiliac again because the reason why it's number 2 because
Oh
it's
my
I'm
god.
no because I'm the only one that said that because you guys have like different ones. So like the reason why I said that is because I wrote down that there's like a nice callback, like there's a nice back and forth between the instruments, and they're like in the middle of the song, and it's kind of like they're having a conversation with each other. Like
I
there's
think that's the one that has like 4 solos in it. Wait, let me check my book here.
the book, the
Oh,
book.
never mind. That's the song that had like 4 solos was and Kill Again. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, but
I
that's
I
but it's cool. So yeah, I just like that song.
that's one thing I forgot. I really love the back and forth between the guitar solos.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
They were fucking amazing. Like I said, some Slayer's most chaotic solos are on this album, especially on uh, apparently your guys' fucking least favorite Praise of Death. Like, Kill Again had a fucking wild one. Necrophiliac, after listening to it again, that had a fucking wild one. Like the solos on here. The only solo really wasn't a fan of was on my least favorite track, "Hardening of the Arteries." The
Yeah.
riff was better than the solo, in my opinion.
To be honest, that song sounds like if they would do a song right now, like if they made a song now, that's how they would sound like. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, after their their final shitty album. Yeah.
If that makes sense. I'm not sure if it made sense what I said, but
Nah, I think I understand what you mean.
okay. It's just because that riff, it sounds so autopilot, and it sounds like if they made an album right now, that would be the first song on it or something like.
Yeah, honestly, legit. If it wasn't for that last song, I would have the best Slayer album,
Yo,
in my
they should
opinion.
have. I feel like if they didn't do the EP, Haunting the Chapel, and they put the first song off the EP to end this album.
Oh, Chemical Warfare. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That would have been. That would have been.
Imagine if they did that. Holy fuck.
Oh
10
my
on 10.
god.
10 on 10 record.
Oh, see, that's the song that introduced me to Slayer. It was off of Guitar Hero. It was fucking Chemical Warfare.
Wait, what? What? Sorry, you like went out a bit.
Bro, this computer. That song, Chemical Warfare. That's the one that was on Guitar Hero. That introduced me to
Oh.
Slayer.
That's a killer song.
Bro, seriously.
So long, but it's like, it's
Bro,
all.
it's another 6-minute one. It would have fit perfect with this album, especially with the
Yeah.
production. It wasn't the best, but you could
Yeah.
actually hear the bass. Like it would have fit perfect. Take off Hardening the Arteries. That song is like a 6 out of 10 max on a good day.
on a when I had if I drink 4 espressos, bro, hardening of the arteries is a 6 on 10.
Dude, it is. Which actually brings me to a what would you give the score out of 10
For the whole record.
for the entire album?
For me, this takes into account the songs for sure, but it also takes into account like the first time I heard it and when I was like 15 and all that stuff. So I'm giving it like an 8 on 10, just because of the emotional part it had on me, and it introduced me to a bunch of other bands. So and yeah,
For sure.
8 on 10.
What about you, Diego?
Okay, go do yours. I'm gonna calculate all my averages because I gave each.
Oh my
each...
god, this
Bro,
guy.
you're doing math?
I have an exam
That's
tomorrow.
calculus class.
I have an exam tomorrow. I need to do my math.
Is your exam tomorrow for math?
Yeah, it's
A
tomorrow.
fucking course.
Yeah,
How
my
to
my brain's
practice.
still like on math mode.
Oh my god. All right.
Okay, go do yours.
You know, when I first listened to this album, I would say this is like a 9.5, nearly a 10.
Yeah.
Re-listening to it and seeing and actually like, analyzing everything, there obviously everything has its flaws, and which this album definitely does. It's really a product of its time, I feel, as a proto
Yeah.
death metal album,
Yeah.
but you can't deny, like we said before, one of Slayer's best songs, "At Dawn They Sleep," is here,
Yep.
and they, even with like somewhat mediocre production, the songwriting is insanely strong and tight, which is something I fucking love. I'm giving this an 8. It would have been like an 8.5, but because hardening of the arteries exist, I can't fucking give it higher.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Alright.
overall, definitely one of my fucking favorite Slayer albums.
Alright,
Honestly,
I've
probably my
calculated-
second favorite.
I've calculated the average. Would you like to see
Alright.
my final score?
Yes.
Yes, tell us,
All
Mac
right,
boy.
I'm gonna put it on the stream. Can you see it?
No, I don't see
Wait,
anything.
I just gotta log in.
Okay. Well, I put 7.642857
Bro, what?
The overall average.
I can't take myself.
Super specific.
It's 7.64. I'm gonna bump it up to an 8 though, cause it was good.
Oh,
I
solid
enjoyed-
score.
That's my final score.
So we all say it scores an 8 out of 10. Right?
Yeah, 7.64.
I just want to say this though.
Yeah.
If this was my first time with this, like, with the, like, okay, how could I say this? With, I guess, with the, like, if I had the same experience, I guess, in terms of like what bands I like now, and I heard this yesterday, I would give it like a lower score because it does have its issues, right?
Yeah.
But fuck it, it's fucking Satan metal at its finest, so it's an 8.
Bro, honestly, there's, like I said, if a few vocal issues that I wasn't too fond of, that fucking mediocre production with those thin ass guitars, and
Yeah,
just hardening of the arteries itself is like,
yeah.
I can't give it higher than an 8, but that's not to say it's a bad album at all, because it's bloody fucking fantastic.
There's way more good things about it, so
Yeah,
yeah.
the good outweighs the bad, easy.
Oh yeah.
All right, I feel like that's a good place to close. We're gonna play a song. We're gonna play at Dawn They Sleeps because that's the best
This
track on the
was
album.
this was the hammer. Ping.
Ping! Thanks for the review. All right, let's play it, and then when we come back, we're gonna talk about.
Crack.
Online relationship. Yeah, crack. Yeah, my favorite.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about crack and Tinder. All right, stay tuned. Here is where the fuck? Hang on, I need to find it.
Good transition.
Hang on, wait. Pretend this is all right. Here is At Dawn They Sleep.
Polaris!
Is it fucking playing? Alright.
Awakened, I have become
Fuck, I'm so slow at these fucking transitions. Shit. Okay, there we go. Fuck. Oh no, I'm still on mute. There we go. There we go. Okay, we're back.
Yo.
That took way too long again. I need to get faster at that.
Yo, I just realized I made a bit of an last thing about the album. I said the double bass stuff that you hear in the song Angel of Death, you also hear it on a song from this album that we were discussing. And I said the double bass part was on Praise of Death, but it's on A Dawn They Sleep. So sorry about that. I got the songs mixed up.
Way to shit on one of my favorite songs even more.
Yeah, way to go, John. Way to go, man. Fucking it up.
I think I'm just gonna quit this podcast now.
I just feel like better, bruh. Get dead bodies on the floor on the porch.
Diego, like he messaged in the chat. It was really a missed opportunity that for our first album review we didn't do Rust in Peace, considering they have a song called Rust in Peace Polaris.
Well, yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, at least we reviewed a metal album, so we're on the right track.
Yeah, we are. Yo, next week we have to do Rust in Peace Polaris because we're Polaris X Radio.
Seriously, that like I said, that was a missed
Missed opportunity. I remember when we were like, oh, what album should we do? We were like, oh, I don't know. Oh, let's do Hell Awaits. Okay. And then like 3 days later, I'm in bed looking at my ceiling and I'm go, oh shit, we should have done Rest in Peace Polaris. But I'm like, all right, we'll do it next week, no problem.
Now that album has good production and guitar players that actually know what they're doing, so it's good.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what I just realized too?
Wait, what?
I realized too, we legit use part of the song as like our sound, like transition sound.
The Polaris.
Yeah.
This one.
Like it was right in front of us this entire time, and we fucking missed it. Like what?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Here's the Rust in Peace album review. Okay, Dave was on heroin and Metallica was doing the Black album, and Dave was angry, as usual.
It was
And they
on
made a
heroin?
pretty good album. They made a pretty good album.
And then they put a holy war on them.
I actually have a book. I have a book about how they made the album.
Really?
But yeah,
Yo, that's some good information.
I've heard that he's apparently very difficult to fucking work with. Like they've gone through quite a few members because of him.
What, Dave?
Yeah. Like Kerry King from Slayer. I think he was supposed to do a show with them, like in Megadeth.
He played a few shows in '84.
Yeah, and apparently he even said like, only reason I didn't stick in that band was apparently Dave. That's from what I remember. Am I correct, John? You're like our metal encyclopedia.
Wait, what did you say again? Sorry. About, no. I just want to know exactly what you said so I could like what
That
did King say?
That apparently Kerry King said that one reason he didn't stay in Megadeth was just because working with Dave.
Yeah, and it was also Slayer had their first album out, and they did the EP, and he never, like from what I read, is that he never wanted to be in Megadeth full time. He did it as like a
Side
nice
gig.
until they got and then when it was time to go back in Slayer, he did so. But on top of that, Dave Mustaine's a fucking prick. So
Yeah, fuck you, Dave. Dave Mustard Stain looking bitch.
whoa, Dave, please don't hurt me.
No, please don't sue me. I love Rest in Peace.
I think we should calm it
Money
down,
Steven.
because considering that we use his vocals for our transition,
Yeah.
he really
We're
could
better
sue
about that.
us.
Dave Mustaine cameo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in every episode. We're
Yeah.
paying royalties now.
I swear to God, when we review this album, we're just gonna be like mad talking shit about Dave Mustaine.
Yo,
Polaris.
just before we go into our big major topic, this is actually something because I've talked with a few friends. If you know what the big, that's a stupid question. You guys know what the big four is: Megadeth,
Yeah.
Anthrax, Slayer, Metallica. If you can remove one of the big four and replace it with another band, who would it be?
Remove Anthrax and put Exodus.
Remove
Yeah,
Anthrax and
honest-
put Exodus. Yeah. Yeah, I
Or
would.
Overkill.
Yeah,
But,
just remove Anthrax. Period.
Bro, I love Anthrax, but I feel like some of the albums they put out, like even their bigger albums and their most classic ones, which as much as I love, I feel like it didn't make as much as an impact as like Metallica and Slayer.
yeah.
I'm gonna say remove Anthrax. Oh, fuck man, but I love Anthrax. I even have like their CDs and a patch of them. I guess remove Anthrax sadly, and I'm gonna have to say Testament.
Oh, nice one. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was just I wanted your opinion on that because I've asked a few people and everyone has legit said Anthrax.
Well, yeah, because in terms of being least impactful, they're still good, but it's like it's almost like you're taking these three back. It's like from the four, who would you remove? I mean, it's obvious, right? It's Anthrax, just because they didn't do a Black Album or Injustice for All or a Rust in Peace or a Rain in Blood. Like they didn't do a record like that. That had a huge impact.
What's the one
That's
Among the Living is a kick-ass
yeah.
album, but it
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
have the same pack as Rain and Blood.
Yeah, no way. And they both came out the same year. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, dude, some of the biggest album, fucking Master of Puppets, Rain and Blood, and I'm gonna check. I think Among the Living too, man. Among
Yeah, Among the Living was in 86 or 87. And Peace Sells, all in 86.
Oh no, Anthrax was 87.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, Peace Sells. Who's buying?
What do you mean my ass doesn't?
He asks those
He-
questions, right? He's like, I am me. We are me.
The real me.
We the real me.
But you know, I mean, I've seen Anthrax twice, so I obviously fucking love Anthrax. But if I had to fucking Sophie choice one of these bands, I'm gonna have to
Sophie
pick
choice.
Anthrax.
Yeah.
All right, that was just like a little mini question that I want to ask you guys. And so the contender for who should we remove out of all the metalheads, everyone I've talked to, I said Anthrax.
Yeah.
I love you, Scott Ian.
Same.
Fuck man, like this poor band that we're just shitting on that we love.
Why is Scott Ian in every documentary about rock music?
Because
I
he's
don't know,
friends with
but-
everybody. He's that guy who knows everybody, but who's not
Bro,
in the best
he's-
band.
Yo,
You could be
word,
watching
man.
a documentary about I don't know, a fucking horse, and Scott Ian is just gonna pop out like, yo, I know this horse.
Yeah, we were on tour. He was on the bus, the horse. We fed him some metal tunes.
Save this horse from going to the Elmer's glue factory. Yeah, it's fucking true. Now that you mention it, he's there like every fucking metal documentary ever.
You could be in bed and Scott Ian would be right at your window.
I want Scott Ian to be at my funeral. He's gonna be there. He's there everywhere. He's kind of like Santa Claus and Slash. He's there no matter. He's at everywhere at every point in time. Scott Ian was reading the 10 Testaments.
The 10
The
Testaments.
10 Testaments.
Is that not what they are? Is that what they're called?
No.
The 10
it's-
Commandments.
no. The 10 Testaments. are fine.
Oh shit, the 10 Commandments. Oh fuck.
You're too metal brain.
Yeah,
They should
I
do a
was already
documentary.
talking about Testament like twice now.
They should do a documentary on Scott Ian.
Scott Ian, but every single time they try to interview somewhere else, he comes out of the room and is like, "Hey guys, it's my turn." The 10 Testaments. Fuck's
The
sake.
10 test.
Yo, that's the name of this fucking podcast. The 10 Testaments.
Podcast.
The Hell Awaits album review and the 10 Testaments. What are the 10 Testaments? Let's go down this road. What are the 10
Bro,
Testaments?
it's funny because I just saw my grandmother and she was telling me what the 10 Testaments are, and the last two she didn't remember. And my dad and I, we looked at her and said, "Yeah, good Christian." Oh my god.
Alright, number 1. The 10 Testaments of Metal. Number 1. Take
No karate in
Anthrax.
the pit.
Take Anthrax out of the Big Four.
Oh, fuck.
Number 2, if Scott Ian is not in your documentary, your band sucks.
So basically, it's the 10 commandments of Scott Ian, basically. This is what it ends up being. He seems like a cool dude.
Yeah, he seems chill, but like he's a nice person. Just the band is not the best, but they're good. They're not the best.
No, they're not. Unfortunately, I have to fucking agree with that. As much as I love Anthrax, that hurts the same, man. Because I've seen them live. I have a patch. I have their CDs. I even have some of their side albums, like the Stormtrooper of Death.
Oh yeah.
albums.
Oh, shit.
Oh fuck, you know about that?
Yes, of course.
Speak English or die. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Sergeant D is coming, and you're on his list. Yeah, those albums. That song.
SOD.
All right, what's number 3? Justin, make one. What's number 3? The 10 Testaments
Does it
of
have
Metal.
to be Scott Ian related or
No,
just in metal?
just in metal.
There's no karate in the pit, and that's it is not a hardcore show. It's a fucking metal show. You circle pit, you push. No karate in the pit. Easy.
Number 4. Respect the Big Four, but not Anthrax.
Yeah, respect the big four. We just shat on them.
But not Anthrax.
Respect the big three.
The Big 3.
Oh, remember how I told you, Diego? Like when we get big enough, I want to interview the singer from Gorguts, Luke LeMay.
Yeah.
When we get way bigger, we need to interview Scotty in. I'm down for that.
And then just
We
play.
haven't got to that.
And then just play clips from like this episode.
And he's just like, "Yeah, you guys are assholes. I'm logging off." Audience, you have Discord?
Scotty and you have Discord.
So what did we say? We said remove Anthrax. Have Scott in every documentary. No karate in the pit. Let's make this the 5 commandments because I really want to get into the next topic.
Okay.
What's the 4th commandment?
Well, we said 4. We said 4. I just don't remember what we said.
All right, the 5th commandment is, I'm not sure if you put this in or not, but if Scott Ian is not in your documentary.
Yeah, we said that. You said that.
Oh,
That was the second
Yeah,
one.
we said that.
Okay, so the last commandment of all time, the last testament
Stop.
testament of all time would have to be, let's see, if you're not from the 80s, you're not fucking thrash.
To quote Sarcophago, if you are a false, you will not entry.
If you were false, you're not.
That was like on the album, right? Like it was just.
Yo, that's one of the lyrics.
Oh, okay.
That was one of the lyrics off the fucking album.
Oh my god. Number 6. Hell Awaits.
Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce.
Number
Last thing
7.
you want on your Burger King burger. someone's foot fungus, but that's something you just might get.
Number
And
7,
the last
Burger
number.
King. Burger King mosh pit.
Guys,
Yeah.
okay, guys. New petition. We need Burger King to do the Scott Ian burger.
Number
But
8,
it's like,
eat the Scott Ian burger.
but it's like they put like a thing of lettuce so it looks like his beard.
At the end, just lettuce. Lettuce beard.
A big lettuce sticking out of the buns. Like, oh, they misplaced it. No, I was supposed to be Ian burger.
Number 9,
Uh.
pet the Scott Ian lettuce beard.
And I think the last commandment should be never stop fucking headbanging. Easy.
Yeah, that's the only good one that we came up with.
Yeah, the rest of it was fucking memes.
Which is good. The 10 Testaments of metal memes.
Wow, you guys are really sticking with 10 Testaments, huh?
The 10 Testaments of metal. It's good. It's got a nice ring to it. The 10 Testaments.
There you go. See, I changed Christianity forever by saying that.
There you go.
Justin just fucking changed religion as he.
Oh man. Okay. Let's do like one short topic and then I have to go to bed because I have my exam tomorrow. So
Yeah.
Damn it.
You want to do? I don't know which one. Which one? We have
I
two,
don't know.
right?
You guys choose.
I feel like
Which
we
one do you
could
think would be more?
I feel like we could save the zombie thing as like one whole episode. Even the Tinder thing is like one whole episode. But I mean we could like get into like it and just scratch the surface but not go too deep into
Yeah.
Well, if anything, do you want to do like do you want? Because we have like a lot of points for that for the Tinder one.
the Tinder
Do
one.
you want to say that for next time so that there's
Yeah.
because we have a lot of information to say about that one.
Yeah, I agree.
And I would hate to just like, oh, we're just gonna scratch the surface of
Yeah.
it. Like I really want to get to the nitty gritty of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to just since the zombie apocalypse thing? I mean, that'll be
Yeah,
small enough.
we could talk about like what's the best zombie apocalypse weapon. Like we could do that, and then we can do the Tinder stuff for like next week, or we can do like what we did now. We can do rest in peace, Tinder, if we don't get off track. But I feel like getting off track is fun though.
Yeah.
But like the one reason like the only reason I ever brought up the zombie apocalypse thing is because I'm never ever gonna be able to bring this up again. 'Cause I don't
Okay.
remember I don't know if you guys remember, but I think it was either very early 2020 or very late 2019. There was something called the chronic waste virus, CWV.
What
No,
is that?
I don't know what that is.
So it was kind of like this virus that was affecting the deer population, and it would cause them to act very, how you say, like you know how like, fuck, how do you say this? It would cause them to not act like their usual selves. Like you know when you approach a deer, it gets scared and runs away. Well, you can walk towards a deer and it wouldn't even be phased. They would start convulsing, and it was kind of like it was almost like a virus that was like hijacking their brain. And a lot of people called it like the zombie deer virus. I always
Oh.
I don't know. You guys never heard of that?
No.
I've heard of something that's like that.
Fucked up.
I know Game Theory on YouTube did an episode on toad mushroom heads, and
The
And-
fungi,
yeah, the fungi, and there's like certain fungi that can take over your body, and like you can still be aware of what's happening, but you're not in control, which is fucking like crazy. I know the fungi goes on ants mainly, and it just makes it a zombie ant, and it controls its mind and where it goes and what it does, and the ant's conscious the whole time, which is like fucking scary to think about. But it's kind of cool, not gonna lie.
But then
I-
they're testing this shit on animals, and then they're gonna do it to us.
And we're all gonna become toad.
there's actually quite a few like parasitic bacteria that do that. There's quite a few. I'm trying to think. There's one where I saw there's like this parasite that ate like the antennas off of like a cockroach. So cockroach was basically too stupid to move or too stupid to even realize what was going on. Then it infected it, and then there was something that flew out of the cockroach, and that's how it breeds.
Oh.
And so, but the main part about that though is a lot of these parasites they hijack the brain, and it kind of resembles zombies. And ever since I was like in elementary school, I'd always talk about like you could ask my mom how many times I'd say, "Hey guys, how would you survive a zombie apocalypse?" So like, it brings me to my next point. How would you? What if like let's say you just got on your phone the news, there's an outbreak going on. Where would be the first place you would go?
Oh,
My
I wouldn't.
house.
Yeah, I wouldn't leave my
You know,
house.
you're in your house and you have it. Like, what the fuck?
Wait, what's the question?
Like, let's say you're sitting at home and then,
It
like, I don't
pops
know
up.
if you ever
Okay.
seen, like, whenever there's an emergency broadcasting, the TV
Oh
will,
yeah.
whatever you're watching, it'll,
Yeah.
yeah, and it'll cut to like a special message and it'll say, "This is not a drill. This is what." Let's say that happens on TV. What's the first thing you're doing?
Lock my doors. Call Scott Ian.
Yeah, he'll be there no matter
Yeah.
what. Man.
Call Scotty in.
All you have to
Make a
just,
salad.
just yell out. Just yell out. We're filming a documentary, and he'll show up. He fucking crawls under your bed, out of your bed. Hey guys.
It's me. The real me.
What's that, John?
Hi, I'm Scott Ian. You want to hear these riffs?
I'm on
Comes out of
Loudwire.
No, but like, what would be the first? So you guys said that you would lock.
Yeah, lock the doors, board up the windows.
Get all the kitchen knives out and the forks.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
much it. And yeah, just
And
cover the window so the zombies don't see us and they can't look in.
See, this is like. This is how I imagine it, bro. I've had this fucking planned out. Like,
All right, tell me
as much
what's
as
the
I
game
don't
plan?
want- as much as I don't want this to happen ever. Like, part of me is kind of like, test me, test my gangster. Because if you're in like a big city, let's say we're in Montreal, right?
Mhm.
First thing I'm doing, I'm gonna get, like you guys said, kitchen knife, whatever. I'm heading to a grocery store as much as possible. I'm loading up on stuff.
Oh, you better
And-
be careful.
What?
You better be careful because other people might be thinking the same thing, and then that's just gonna be an infectious like thing for the zombies because all the zombies are gonna go there because they're gonna see a bunch of people heading into the grocery store, and it's just gonna spread like wildfire in there. So I don't know if that's the first thing you
right.
should do. I think you should
if
wait.
there was actually
Yeah.
if there was actually a fucking apocalypse and shit was going bad, I'd want to die.
Seriously, actually, no, straight up. I'm pulling a fucking Kurt Cobain and ending it.
Oh yeah, because like after
I'm not
this,
putting in all this work to live in a fucking dismal life with no concerts. No thanks.
yeah. It's like fuck that. I can't live a normal life. Bye.
But if I actually had the fucking will to live in these circumstances, that's actually a good point you brought up about like the food. Fuck. Okay, you know what? Let's say I guess I'm not planned.
You're like, I'm so ready, I'm so ready. You mention one thing, I immediately point out a flaw, and you're like, oh fuck, never mind.
Okay, no, here. This is what I would do. I'm driving out of the city because, like you said, cities are heavily dense populations. That's way too easy. Like right now in Montreal with the fucking coronavirus, because it's such like a heavily dense population. There's I think there's like 1.3 million people in. No, I don't know how many in Montreal. Okay, I'm checking. I'm gonna check how many people there in Montreal. So I'm not talking out of my ass. Population of Canada, assholes. Oh shit, 1.78 million apparently.
Hmm.
So that's that's way if like the zombies end up biting people and shit. That's way since there's so many people, there'd be it your chance of encountering a zombie would be like 10 times more fucking likely than what I'm gonna do, I guess, is drive out far to like more rural sites. And I guess I'll pick up like candy bars and whatever at a gas station and then just get out of the city as much as possible. I feel like that'd be the less people there are, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, is it worth it?
Well, no, like this is like if I had the will to fucking live in these circumstances.
Yeah.
Because like straight up, if like a nuclear apocalypse happened, I'd be like, bro, I'm not fucking doing this. I'm not down to run every day to outrun some fucking undead.
It would be hell to live in that kind of fear every day of your life.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
turn into
it would be good.
everything turns back into the jungle, you know, and then there's like all the animals that's how animals live, you know, you have the lions, the tigers, the bears, they all go out, they hunt, they fall asleep, they go in their cave, and then
And the
that's it.
horses.
And then we just become a part of that because now we're being hunted by zombies. You know, right now we don't have that fear because nobody's hunting us except for ourselves, like serial killers and shit, right?
we're
And
the
that's pretty
we're
rare.
we're at the top of the food chain.
Yeah,
Like honestly,
so yeah, so that's what it is. And imagine if now we're not at the top, the zombies are at the top now, and it's like, what the fuck? What do you mean? I'm have to fear for my life? Like you don't think about that shit, but it could happen, and that's not you don't want that to happen.
no, obviously I
No.
fuck that. Are you kidding me?
No.
Uh, it's just I've seen so many fucking zombie movies and zombie games and whatever. Like, what's that game that we don't that demo that we'd always play? Diego at your place,
Black Ops 2?
the zombie
Zombies?
game. No, no, it was a zombie survival game.
Oh,
Over,
right. There was I completely forgot what it's called, man. It's like it
it
was
was
like a side
fun one.
scroller. So this zombie game that we play, it was like a side scroller, kind of like Mario, but it's like different. You have different levels, and you can have ladders that you can climb down, and it's a side scroller basically, and you have a gun, and you're just always shooting zombies. I think it's Zombie High School something, Zombie
No, no,
Defense.
that's not the one I'm talking about. The one where you're on a random island.
Oh, the other
Dead,
one,
Dead
yeah.
Island. Dead Island.
It's
No, not Dead Island. It was an
no, no.
overhead. It's an
Yeah, it was an
overview.
overhead. It's called How to
Oh, okay.
Survive. That's it.
Yes.
How to
yes.
Survive.
Wait, I'm gonna check this out.
And it's like yellow, the background of the thing.
Yeah,
But
that's the logo, dude.
yeah,
That was a fun game.
that was a fun fucking game, yo. Cause you're on a deserted island, and
Yeah.
it's you and another person, and you basically have to try to get off the island, and it's just infected with zombies. And what's really cool is that at night there's like the night crawlers that come out, and they're like super fast on
Oh,
steroids.
fucking hated that
And
shit.
the only way you could avoid them is by having a torch and having a light on you. But the trick is that the torch runs out of light, so when it runs out,
You're fucked,
you're food at that point. You're just a nice little snack.
Yeah.
dude. You're just a buffet plate to them after.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's a really fun game. I wish I had the full game. Yeah, we should try to see if we can play that online or something. Like try to I don't
Yo,
know how much it costs, but like it's on PS3 or whatever. So we have
I
to
feel like it wouldn't cost. I feel like it would cost
Yeah.
like 15 max. I hope.
max, yeah. Like we should look into that, yeah, and then maybe we could all play online. That'd be fucking fun.
I wanna check how much How to Survive.
I feel like maybe during a zombie apocalypse too, an even bigger problem than zombies is just other humans.
Yeah, because
Like,
people are greedy and they steal from you. It's like, oh, you have all this shit that you collected from me, thank you, and then they shoot you and then they steal all your shit.
I mean, because like let's say the government, they're gonna be in their bunkers, they're gonna be safe.
Mm-hmm.
So out there, there's no law. It's gonna be an
Anarchy.
anarchaic society. Seriously. So you really just have to rely on other people's morality, but not
Well,
everyone is. Not all that's gold.
Nice.
Not all that glitters is gold. Not everything is as it seems.
Mm-hmm.
you know what they say,
Scotty and
Scotty.
You know me. I'm the real me.
it's like totally different band.
It's Scotty and Dave Mustaine collab.
Well, what are some other questions we can ask about zombie apocalypse? I don't know.
What's the weapon that you use? What's the the weapon that you bring? You can bring any weapon you want from any. It could be fictional or it could be real. What? And you can only have one.
In that case, I'd bring the Nazi zombies ray gun. Like what?
The ray gun, yeah, of course.
I was thinking of that too.
Yo,
Or the Saints Row the Third. There was a dildo you could fight with at its feet.
Yeah. And wait, in Saints Row?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Saints
I
Row 3.
remember using it. That shit was funny as fuck.
Oh,
The
yeah.
dildo bats.
How the fuck did they even make that
oh
game?
my
That's
God.
horrible. It's such a fucked up game.
Fuck.
Dude, it really is. I feel like
Yeah.
that's just like GTA for like crackheads.
Yeah.
I'd bring the portal gun. I just like shoot a
It's
portal
over the
and just
top.
make an endless loop for the zombies to fall in, and then they just be falling for the end of time.
But if we're doing realistic though, I'd have to say like a katana because they're lightweight, they cut through shit easy, and like if you bring a gun, like
It's
yeah,
loud.
you can hit
Yeah.
shit from afar, but you gotta rely on ammo,
Mm.
and that's unless you get like silencers. Some guns don't have those. That won't take them. Uh, the noise is just gonna attract crowds. That's
Yeah.
that's my logic in it.
Yeah, a katana is that's a really good weapon of choice.
No, that's not to say like it won't break, because of course it's gonna fucking break. Like anything could break after too much wear and tear, but I feel like ideally would probably be a katana or some shit.
I'd bring a lightsaber.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, actually fuck it, lightsaber. If we're not
Lightsaber.
doing realistic, lightsaber.
Fuck yeah, lightsaber.
Oh my god, easy.
Darth Vader's cool, but Darth Maul is the coolest.
Oh yeah, I got the dual action.
Oh
Maul
shit,
has
it's
doubles.
true. Bro, in that case, I would just modify myself to be General Grievous and have like 4 arms. That's like quadruple. Oh my god, how about this General Grievous, but all his lightsabers are like Darth Maul lightsabers?
Oh my god.
That's
Infinite
overkill.
lightsaber.
That's overpowered.
And then he does that thing where
Overkill.
like he does like his helicopter move because
Yeah.
he's a robot. Bro, infinite. Just put a shield around you of lightsabers that are spinning.
Do you guys know any good zombie movies or apocalypse movies?
Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, that's a go-to.
That's a
Like,
good
which
one.
one? Dawn of the
Sean.
Dead? I like
Sean.
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 Sean. No, I've never seen that in my
Bro,
life.
it's so fucking funny. You have to watch it, man. They go basically. They're like, oh, where do we go? Let's go to a bar.
Oh, is that the one where they go bar hopping
I don't know.
in the zombie apocalypse?
I don't know, but I know they go to a bar, and that's their goal in the movies to get to this bar because it has a shotgun in it, and that's like the whole movie. It's them trying to get to the bar.
Oh, it's with Simon Pegg. Okay, that's why it sounds so familiar. Oh yeah, he's kind of a funny guy, I find.
Yeah,
Oh, I've never seen. I'm gonna have to check that out. Is it on Netflix?
I have no idea, but that was the first zombie movie I ever watched. It was that one. That was my introduction to zombies. I was like, whoa, this is fucking cool.
Bro, I'm trying to remember. John? What was your first zombie movies on?
The first zombie movie that I've seen that I remember. Is that what the question is?
Yeah.
Would be Zombieland.
Oh yes!
Oh yeah.
That one's pretty good.
Oh my god, that dude, that was such a funny movie.
Yeah.
When he shot Bill Murray.
Yeah. He just comes out of nowhere. Like, what the fuck? Like, why is Bill Murray there?
It's
And I
funny.
think they refer to him like as his real life name.
Yeah.
Yo,
So
there's like
fucking dope.
a Discord notification that keeps going off. Is that me?
Oh, sorry. That I think that might be me because there's like another thing that I don't use.
Okay.
Uh, is there a way to turn that off?
Yeah, I think
I
you
don't.
can go into like settings or whatever. But we're gonna end it soon, so
Also,
There has to
well, you know how we said
Anyway.
Bill Murray died? You know how we said Bill Murray dies?
yeah.
Wait. Yeah.
I'm not saying spoiler alert. It's a fucking 10-year-old movie. If you haven't seen it, that's on
Yeah.
you. Okay, like fuck off. Like, you get. I'm trying. The first zombie movie I ever saw was The Return of the Living Dead, and that was like it's all these like misfits and punks that are like partying and
Oh,
in a graveyard. And I remember this when I was like I wasn't even 10. I shouldn't have been watching it. There was a girl that strips naked and in my mind I'm like, oh my god, she's shaking her boobies and her vagina on screen. And
Oh,
then
this
that's
looks
when all
pretty
the
cool.
zombies come out after.
Bro,
I've never seen the full thing, but it was so stupid.
you're 10 years old. She's taking her booby and
Boobies.
vagina.
I'm like,
Oh,
mom, your
guys.
boobies and vagina. Like,
Guys, what's the scariest movie you've ever seen? Because I need recommendations. Because I like to watch very fucked up things. So
No, I
I
don't
need
do
help.
that. I don't do that. I stay away from the horror.
Oh,
um, I don't. There's never really been a horror movie that scared me. There's been scenes that made me jump, but not really. I
okay.
tend to watch more gory shit. That's the thing. Like
Yeah,
the guinea
yeah.
pig movies. I don't know if you ever seen the Flower of Flesh and Blood.
Oh, I'm
Like
gonna check that out. I've never heard of that. Okay.
I think you can find it on Live Leak. It's legit, just like this guy in a samurai suit kidnaps a girl and slowly like dismembers her.
Awesome.
It was in the 80s. Apparently, it was so realistic
Oh, yes.
that,
I saw a YouTube video on it. Yeah.
that apparently Charlie Sheen called the FBI because he thought he watched a fucking snuff film.
What the
Holy
fuck?
fuck.
Must
Wow.
have been all that cocaine he was doing in the
Oh my
80s,
god.
but you know.
Yeah,
I'm
I know. Yeah. This looks really fucked up. Holy shit.
but it's all it's just pretty good fucking gore, and that's I
Yeah.
love shit like that. I'm trying to think what. Okay, here's I don't know if you guys have any other questions. Scariest scene in a fucking movie you've ever seen.
Oh my god. There's a few. I go on these little, like, I go on a phase every 6 months where I try to watch the most fucked up films.
Same.
And it's just, I know I've seen a few, but it's hard to like pinpoint the like exact film because I watch these movies not to pay attention because I don't care about like what the characters do. I just want to like see what happens.
Same.
So yeah, right. It's
Like
like
you
that's
think
why
I
you
really
gotta
care
watch.
about the story? I just show me the gore. Come on.
Yeah,
Get to
there
the good
was
stuff.
this French.
Exactly.
Oh, actually, there was this movie I saw. I'll try to send the link after we're done, but I can't. I remember the title of the film was like very long, and this girl she had an illness where her body was like I don't know what the illness is, but essentially she's like a regular like fucking thing or whatever, and then by the end of the movie she I don't know what the illness is, but like her body just it begins to like I don't know. I'm
Like
freezing
she's
up.
rotting.
Yeah. Yeah. And then by the end of the movie she's like and she wants to like have sex with this dude, but she's like fucked up and like her arms don't move and she's all like weird and has no hair. And it's like really killer.
I've
Like
never seen that Disney movie.
I'll try to find it, but I remember the film title. It was like really long for some reason, but and it's like over the film you just see her look worse and worse, and she like has sex with all these guys,
Oh my
and
god.
after a while the guys don't want to have sex with her because she just like looks so fucked up.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That sounds fucking nasty. Please send a link.
Yeah.
For research purposes.
Yeah.
Research purposes.
What's the
Alright.
scariest scene you've ever seen? Because I have one, and then we can fucking end it.
Okay, because I have to go to bed because I have my exam tomorrow at 8 a.m. and I have
Oh, fuck.
to wake up early. But the scariest, like I can't think of anything because I don't watch scary movies, so I don't know. I don't have really an answer to this. Uh, I guess like anything that has a jump scare in it, probably.
That's so
I don't
vague.
know. I don't know, cause I don't watch scary movies, cause I don't find that
Yeah.
enjoying, so I don't really have a scene.
Can you guys go into the next tab? Like, open up a new tab,
Yeah.
go in images, and open REC, like REC space
Oh, yes,
ending. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, Diego, open up a new tab, and then type in REC ending and go to images.
Yeah, what about it?
Well,
It's
just
not the first
check it
image.
out.
Yeah. In terms of like a mainstream horror film, I think some of the like a lot of horror films are really
What
bad.
is
But I
that?
think in terms of mainstream horror, I think that's a badge.
What's up, Aj?
There's this this is from Rec 2, from REC 2.
No, do
Yeah.
number one. Rec
No,
one.
I'm good. I'll pass. I've seen a bit.
That ending, it's basically it's another zombie movie. They're trying to escape an apartment. This is the ending where they're in this like old like abandoned apartment room with all these crosses, and as they're about to escape, that scary lady, like Diego,
Oh, yeah,
please-
okay.
yeah, put it on
I did.
like
I did.
when you're
I saw
editing
there
it,
was- Yeah.
put it on screen. She starts massacring them with a hammer, and it's all from point of view. I had trouble sleeping that night. Put it that way. That one was disturbing.
That reminds me, the woman in Rec, like the weird thing in Rec, have you seen this movie that came out maybe 8 years ago where it was like, I forget the name of it.
All right.
Oh,
Answer the question, and then I'm gonna end the stream.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, no problem.
Have you seen the movie called Mama?
I've always wanted to watch it.
You're gonna love it. You'd love Mama. It's not too fucked up, but the story is actually like very haunting.
Bro, my aunt gave me a DVD of it. I never watched it. I'm gonna watch it.
Watch it. You would really like it.
Okay, I like just fucked up shit, and that sounds fucked up, so I'm gonna love it.
Also, have you seen the first Insidious?
I was watching it, but then I got distracted from it, so I'm actually gonna have to watch. I'm gonna have to catch up on a lot of horror movies.
I love it. The first two are really good. I think for like a mainstream horror film, those two are top-notch movies.
Is that the one where they go into the son's mind?
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen that. That one, the ending at the end was pretty crazy too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There's not a lot of good modern horror films. They just rely too much on jump scares, honestly. But you find a few gems, like Sinister was good too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Diego's got to go do dodo.
I do.
All right,
I
Diego.
do. All
This
right.
episode is dedicated to your exams, and we hope you fucking ace them.
Hey,
Oh,
thank
I
you,
hope
man.
you get 101%. Bro.
Hey, that's very very kind of you, and I appreciate that. I'm gonna need all the luck I can get because I'm not feeling very confident about it, but we'll see what happens.
brothers. You
We'll
got
see what
these, boy.
happens. All right, I'll update you all next week.
Awesome.
All right. Well, we hope you pass with flying colors, man. You deserve it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, and I hope that I do, or else I'm gonna have to take this class again, and I really don't want to.
Was it calculus?
It's I actually don't know what the class is called.
What do you mean? You've been in it for like months now.
I just know the numbers.
Yo, same.
Oh my
I
god.
don't even know what they're called, the classes I'm taking. I just know the numbers of the class. It's fucking pathetic, but it is what it is. Anyways, alright guys, thank you for tuning in. If you liked the stream, drop a follow. If you like what you see, subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, share the video,
Are you quoting my old YouTube?
and my name
Hard, the fact that you
and
didn't
my
answer.
name is Diego. His name is Justin. His name is John. And we hope you have a good day.
Bye bye, baby.
Sweet dreams
dreams
and
and
good
good
night,
night.
guys.
Sweet dreams, everybody.
Alright.
The 10 Testaments. Subscribe or Scott Ian will fuck you up.
Yo, guys, welcome to this podcast. Fucking Scotty is gonna fuck you up.
Oh my god.
Welcome
Alright.
to the podcast. Scott Ian's gonna fuck you up. All right, good night, guys. Sweet dreams, good night.
Woo-hoo.